See what else I might need from a supply-wise standpoint before we start this thing. Those. Hard to know with a mixer. All right. Let's go blue and gray. I don't know what that is on Denny. Put our little guy out here. And we'll get ready to get going here. So, sorry guys, the comments are all just starting to come in all at once, so if you thought I was ignoring you, I wasn't. 11 against the world. Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? Bummer for the 12. Yeah, honestly, that's my biggest takeaway from the whole race is if the 12 doesn't have any bad luck, he doesn't have any luck at all, man. That guy Blaney cannot catch a break. We can talk about it, though, once we get going for sure. But, yeah, Blaney just can't catch a break. All right, here's our owner's list for today's break. Heartbreaking day for Kyle Larson. Oh, I don't know if I'd say heartbreaking as much as he just sucked. Clearly, when you wreck on lap 4 and then wreck in the same spot at the end of the race, clearly something was wrong. Either his head wasn't in the game, or he was overdriving it, or the car. I don't know. There could be a whole bunch of things, but clearly today was not his day. So, and I'm a Larson fan. I'm allowed to say that. So, anyhow, our duck race, we've got a few empty spots. Caden Lepsovich, Dakota Armstrong, Kaz Gralla, Michael McDowell, Mike Skinner, Ned Jarrett. And still waiting on a payment from Brian Crockett for the Cole Custer spot. But we're going to press on because he's got some cards here, and we'll use them as collateral if we have to. Hopefully we can get away from having to be in that position at all. What the heck? So we'll bring our duck race in. Duck race lineup looks like this. 1 through 17, we got Rick. Rick's the bun of the sandwich. He's on the top and bottom. Everybody else is in the middle. So good luck to everybody. We need 17. And let's do 45 seconds. That's what we used to do all the time, and then I kind of got away from it. I'll point you guys down so you can see. Shuffle them one time. And good luck. Here we go. The 5's leading. That's not a good sign. He might spin out and hit the wall. And you watch, next week Kyle will come back and win. So he's resilient. Number 9. Speaking of resilient, I think Chase Elliott had a really good, solid finish by the end of the day. Kind of like Christopher Bell. Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell both didn't really have very good days most of the day, and they just hung in there. Billy Joe Garcia, number 9. All right, let me tilt you guys up just a little bit. I wanted to kind of pull the camera back and show you guys everything a little bit broader view so you can see everything that we got. So we got the 3 championship collection boxes, 3 certified, 3 18 victory lane, 3 19 victory lane, plus we got the Bad Monkey box. And then we also have the Denny Hamlin custom. So the Denny Hamlin custom goes to Tyler Fitzgerald because Denny won last week, and it carries on just like we always do. So again, as I remind everybody, obviously Denny got another win, so the custom for next week will be Denny again, but I will be out of town next Sunday. We won't be able to do a break on Sunday. I'll be out of town from Friday morning to Monday morning. So Monday night, we will do what we would traditionally do a break on Sunday, we'll do on Monday. And so the custom card that we would typically give away on Sunday will go to the Monday break next week. Hopefully that's not too confusing. All we're doing is moving it a day because I'm going to be out of town. So hopefully everybody understood that. Seems simple enough to me, but all right, so we're going to start with the Bad Monkey box, partly because it's so full I can't close it. I couldn't get the box closed. So we're going to start with this, and then we'll do the championship collection boxes, because I really don't I've only opened a couple in my time, and it's been several years, and I really don't even know what to expect, but they seemed like something fun to add in. So we'll do those next, and then we'll work through the rest of the stuff. But like I said, the Bad Monkey box was so full I couldn't even close it. So we're going to start there and get this out of the way. It's just a giant stack of cards. And we're going to run through them pretty quick. I didn't mix them up like I normally do. So you're going to have all the numbered stuff at the front, then relics, and then autos in the back. So we got a red certified Ryan Priest to 199. Going to Troy. Gold Cole Witt from Victory Lane, numbered to 99. Going to Matt Land. Starting grid to 99. Victory Lane Brad Keselowski goes to Dan. Red Victory Lane Foundations, Bobby Labonte to 49, goes to Mike. We got an Epics, Tony Stewart, silver to 199, going to Jason Clark. Certified Stars to 199, Ryan Newman, goes to Andrew Haywood. Kevin Harvick, Victory Lane Gold to 99, goes to Will Blackman. We got the Skills Silver Logano to 199, going to Steve Teskey. Red Stenhouse to 199 out of Certified, goes to Brian Jacobs. Fresh Faces Silver Austin Dillon to 199 goes to Michael Clay. Orange Cole Custer out of 249 from Certified goes to Brian Crockett. And we got really nice Brandon Jones, engineered to perfection. Nice little chunky patch in there. Going to Dave. That is out of 99, but again, nice little patch in there. Red certified piece of the race to 199. Trevor Bain goes to Rick. Ty Dillon triple relic from Victory Lane goes to Storm Ghost. Piece of the race, Eric Almirola to 499, goes to Mike Ciano. This is a really cool one, too, just because of the lettering on the sheet metal. Quad Jimmy Johnson goes to Dale Herman. Another nice sheet metal. Ryan Newman going to Andrew Haywood. That one's numbered out of 399. Almost had it. He had the rug pulled out from under him. Blaney out of 499, fire suit swatches from Certified, going to Robert Rich. The thing about Blaney's team is they've had speed all year, man, and if their luck turns, they are going to be tough to deal with. Because as good as they've been with bad luck, man, look out if they get some good luck on their side. Two-color sheet metal piece of the race out of 499. Kevin Harvick for Will Blackman. Quad relics, red certified to 199. Joey Logano going to Steve Teskey. Piece of the race, Tony Stewart. I think that's sheet metal to 499. Goes to Jason. Race ready, fire suit and tire, Dale Jr. That's out of 199. Going to Tanner Hicks. And then another nice relic. Nice chunky patch in there. Elliott Sadler. Going to Lewis. And that one's out of 99. So a couple nice chunky relics in there. And then our autographs. We got Fresh Faces rookie Ryan Reed to 99. He will go to Dave in the unlisted spot. There might be a couple in the unlisted spot. Silver to 99, Kyle Benjamin. Goes to Stephen Roberts. You got Fresh Faces red, Cole Rouse to 99. Going to Dave. Then we got Elliott Sadler Octane autographs from Victory Lane. Right back to Lewis. Dakota Armstrong, fresh faces to 99. He was in the filler and ends up going to Billy Joe. Same with Caden Lapsevich, also in the filler, going to Billy Joe, numbered to 149. Then we got a red Ross Chastain out of 75. That goes to Eric Patton. We'll put him on the stand for the time being. And red Jeremy Clements out of 75. Man, I can't see his autograph and not mention how nice it is. Going to Sea Salt. So that's our bad monkey box to start the break before we get into anything else. So, like I said, I'm going to do these championship collection boxes first. This one's kind of smashed a little bit too, which is interesting. I like a good dented box. So this is the deal on this. 9 packs and then 8 assorted racing cards. I think they're just in like a little, almost like a team bag type of thing. And then there's like a bonus item. It could be a keychain. I think the couple times I've opened these, there's been keychains. Of course, they're going to advertise National Treasures all over the side of this thing. Everything you see is National Treasures, except probably what you get inside probably is not National Treasures. That's going to be my guess anyway. So, you got back-to-back championship stickers, decals for Jimmy Johnson. And at some point, that was $2.49. And then let's pull out everything else out of there and see what we got in store for us. We do have an absolute pack, so we'll just start ripping and see what we end up with. Kevin Harvick, 9 out of 199. RPM die cut out of absolute. Goes to Will Blackman. And then we got stay there. Tools of the Trade, David Reagan. Sheet metal and tires. Going to Dan Owens. $262 of $299. The corner on this one is not good. This bottom right corner of this card is not good. Jeff Burton. He's in our unlisted spot. Going to Dave. But that bottom right corner is what I would call rough. And then we'll have some base cards. Looks like we got some tracks packs. So again, you don't know what's going to be in these, so it's just hard to say. Hendrick Motorsports, interesting. Rick Crawford and Lee Petty, and then you got a Joe Nemechek sticker. Elliott Sadler. These are 06, so these are almost 20 years old. Mark Martin. Bobby Labonte. And David Stremme. David Stremme builds dirt modifieds now. He's lethal chassis. Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, Reed Sorensen, and a Matt Kenseth sticker. And let's see, what do we got next? Press Pass Premium 09, I think this is. Greg Biffle, Kyle Busch, Jamie McMurray, Mark Martin, and starting grid Jeff Burton. I think we might have 3 of those. No, 2 of those, and then we get into Eclipse, it looks like. Clint Boyer, Eric Almirola. That's a young Eric Almirola. Sam Hornish Jr., Speed Weeks for Kevin Harvick, and Denny Hamlin, race winner. This is Eclipse 2010. And see, these are retail packs. So what this company's done is they've taken retail packs. You know, they took a bunch of blasters, broke them down, probably pulled the packs that had hits that were obvious, and then repacked everything else, is my guess. Tony Stewart, David Rudiman, Mark Martin. They say congratulations like you've won something. You've been selected to participate in a survey. No, thank you. That's not going to happen. AJ Allmendinger and Dale Jr. Martin Truex Jr., Jeff Burton. Is that Juan Pablo, I think? Yeah. Juan Pablo, Robbie Gordon, and Jeff Gordon. And we got another pack of Absolute. Oh, yeah, you can get autos for sure. Action-packed, Joey Logano, 113 of 199. I'm not saying these aren't a bad buy, because for the price, they're not. They're really not. I just find it funny that they advertise on the box all this National Treasure stuff, and as you see, I'll be surprised if we see anything National Treasures at all. Ooh, nice hit, though. Check this out. Jimmy Johnson, 8 out of 10. Gold, Tools of the Trade. Fire Suit. That doesn't suck. Jimmy Johnson goes to Dale. Nice hit, Dale. That top corner and that bottom corner, those are a little sussy. Little... Yeah, again, don't take me being negative about the National Treasures thing as a discouragement to buy the boxes, because I think they are fun to open. You get to open a lot of packs for the price. As you can see, we've gotten 2 relics, several numbered cards now. Really nice relic, Jimmy Johnson. I mean, that doesn't suck at all. So, 36 of 199. Bobby Labonte. Going to Mike. Joy and DW. And then we get to open the random 8 cards that they give us, basically. See what these are. Tony Stewart Unleashed from Press Pass 2010. Denny Hamlin, Press Pass 06. Look at that young Denny. Compared to today, 20 years later almost. And then we go to Mark Dismore. I don't even know if I have ever heard his name. Emerson Fittipaldi. We got some IndyCar guys. Maybe that's why I've never heard of Mark Dismore, because I guess he maybe is an IndyCar guy. Alan Sir Jr. Casey Kane, Warp Speed. Brian Scott. And Mark Martin, Press Pass 2010. So, that's number one. We got 2 more of those to do. They're fun, if nothing else. I don't think, I don't think opening a couple is going to hurt anybody. You know what I mean? Like, if you've ever been on the fence about getting one, I don't think it's going to hurt you to try it. Oh, we got a Torque Pack in here. That's cool. We got another sticker, it looks like. This is Jeff Gordon. It's all bent up. I'll see if I can flatten it out a little bit. Jeff Gordon sticker. Empty box. Just trying to see. Those are like stuck together down there. Okay, well. All right, we'll get to that in a second. Let's do this thing first. Oh, funny. Kevin Harvick Ground Crew. Jamie McMurray. I always liked these, where they looked like a playing card. Elliott Sadler. Jeff Burton. What is that? Casey Mears. I don't know what that is. It looks like you pop this out. Somebody's going to know. It looks like you pop that out and it almost makes like a standing car. I don't know. Joey Logano. Eric Almirola. That's a blue. And Timothy Peters. It was from a game. They were fun to... Okay, cool. Yeah, there's the security tag. Some of these, I'm not even going to remember who they are. Elliott Sadler. Because it's been so long. Jimmy. Dale. Filler. Jeff Gordon. Greg Biffle. Certainly a lot of Press Pass retail packs. Which isn't terrible. Clint Boyer. Joey Logano. Mach 9, Matt Kenseth. That's pretty sweet. And another filler. Logano. And Jamie McMurray. Press Pass 2010. Another security tag. Who is driving the 5 then? Mark Martin, okay. Marcus Ambrose. Stephen Light, or Licht. Matt Kenseth, Unleashed. Clint Boyer. And Juan Pablo. Now we get to the ones that are all stuck together. Premium 2010. Mark Martin. Dale Jr. Paul Menard. Filler. Brian Vickers. And in the clutch, Jimmy Johnson. I know I put on the post that if you want your base cards to let me know. I'm aware that obviously we've got some unique base cards in here. So if you're somebody that falls in the category of you just want the base cards that were press pass stuff that are a little bit more different, you can just let me know that too. Whatever it is that you need, we'll fix you up. Brian Vickers. Kyle Busch. See, these are the ones I liked. Paul Menard, it literally feels like a playing card. Like a bicycle card. I always thought those were cool. Yeah, unlisted spots dream for sure. Paul Menard and Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, you don't have to tell me individual cards, Matt. Just shoot me a message when we're done and let me know that you want like all of the press pass cards of your base. Because I'll just separate those out because I'm aware that there's going to be some people that are going to want these. Mike Skinner. Biffle. Oh, we had a mini in there. Sorry. And Scott Lagasse Jr. Had obviously no idea there was going to be a mini. Matt Kenseth. A little baby card. Fiddler. Kyle Busch. Eric Almirola. Tony Stewart. Filler. Dale Jr. Those are called dual operator. And Scott Lagasse, or Lagasse. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Another one that I am not familiar with. Fanfare 2013. Brian Scott. Kyle Busch. We got a Brennan Gaughan Fanfare autograph. There we go. Brennan Gaughan is an unlisted driver going to Dave. But cool to hit a press pass autograph. Nonetheless. 52 out of 225. There you go, Dave. Dave. This Jeff Gordon's cool, too. It's a die cut. Got a sleeve and top load him because it's the only thing you can do to protect a die cut. And then Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It's been a long time since I've opened anything 2016 Torque. Long time. Casey Kane. Kyle Busch. Clear Vision Cole Witt. Painted to Perfection. 83 and 99. Richard Petty Blue. Petty goes to Trevor Bowers. Race Kings Donnie Allison. Metal Materials Matt Kenseth, 94/249. Goes to J.R. Tipple. Then we got Brennan Poole and David Pearson in the back of that one. All right, let's get our third one done. And then we'll move into more of the traditional stuff. What have we got in here? Interesting. What the hell? I'm trying to get everything out in some kind of fashion. Jeff Gordon. Keyring. That would have cost you $5.99. Jeff Gordon keyring. All right. Jimmy Johnson, top 12. Scott Brayton. Dominic Dobson, I think. I don't know. That one's kind of messed up. Randy Lewis. These are guys I'm not familiar with. I see PPG Cart, so they're obviously indie guys. Richard Petty. Bobby Allison. Sounds like my daughter's home. Cale Yarborough. And Kevin Harvick. Sunday Best in the back. We got several tracks packs, like the first box. Harvick, Casey Kane, Kyle Busch sticker, Busch fan card. I don't know. I think that's a sticker. I don't know. My goodness. They're all stuck together. Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, J.J. Yaley rookie card, and Casey Mears in the back of that. Just a logo. I swear the first couple I pulled were super flimsy, like they would make you think it was a sticker, but it could just be the way they printed it. Alan Kulwicki, Buddy Baker, Mike Skinner, and Jeremy Mayfield. This doesn't feel as flimsy as the other ones, so I guess you might be right. Maybe it's just a, like you said, just kind of a fan card type of thing. Action-packed Kurt Busch, 46/149. Going to Corey. Billy Joe won the duck race. Tools of the trade, Daniel Suarez, 94/99 on the fire suit. Goes to Brian D. Cole Custer, blue rookie, 156/199. Goes to Brian. We got Junior Johnson and Kyle Larson. Rusty Wallace Icons. Triple material. Tools of the trade. Corey LaJoie. 17/49. Sheet metal tire. Sheet metal. Going to Scott Cutler. Nice, Scott. 227/299. Chase Elliott. Going to Paul. And a couple more base cards. Biffle and Suarez. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 packs left. Total memorabilia. 1 hit per pack, so we got a hit in this one. We've had, 2 relics out of this box already. So this box might be giving us several. Danica Patrick. Brian Vickers, red border. Jimmy Johnson hits another relic. Total memorabilia tire, 72 out of 275. This sort of makes you appreciate the Panini designs, because as cool as it was back in the day, it's pretty plain looking now. I like plain, but that's real plain. Oh, that's too big for that. We've got to size up. There we go. Tony Stewart, acceleration. Oh, that's cool. Bill France Sr. Now we got American Thunder. Ty Dillon. Casey Kane. Blue, Jamie McMurray. Big old filler. Ryan Truex. And Austin Dillon. Another tracks pack. Hendrick, Rick Crawford, Lee Petty, Brian Vickers. It's like we've seen that pack before. And then Press Pass Fusion 09. Look for your favorite athletes from baseball, football, basketball, NASCAR, wrestling, MMA, and the Olympics. Didn't know we were going multi-sport with this. Definitely didn't know this was going to be multi-sport, so. Interesting. Nate Archibald. John Elway. Jabba Chamberlain and Dustin Pedroia. I think Dustin went on to a little better career, maybe. Joe Flacco from his Delaware days. And Jason Varitek. Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed. All right. Yeah, I should have just left it unopened and sent it to Dave, because probably would have been more fun for him to open it. But that's okay. Didn't know what we'd find, so. Exactly. All right. Let's start with Victory Lane. We'll do all the Victory Lanes, and then we'll get to Certified last. We'll just kind of work backwards in the product realm. Empty box. Code card. Dale Jr. Larson. Noah Gragson, pedal to the metal rookie. Dual materials, Ryan Blaney, fire suit and tire. Going to Robert Rich. Kevin Harvick, Track Stars. Richard Petty. Truex and Harvick. Kurt Busch. BK. Matt Tifft. Bill Elliott. Kyle Busch, pedal to the metal. Then we got Chase Elliott on the duals, fire suit and sheet metal. Goes to Paul. Celebrations, Joey Logano. Gragson, Harvick, Daniel Hemrick. We're going to have so many relics by the time we're done with this. Tony Stewart, John Hunter, Bobby Labonte, Bill Elliott. We got a gold, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Gold, pedal to the metal. First off the line, 1/25. Going to Brian Jacobs. Nice one, Brian. Then we got Chris Buescher. Nice triple material auto with the sheet metal up there. On-card auto going to John Purcell. Nice Buescher. I'm going to move Ross. And we'll put Buescher in there. I still got a couple cards. Truex Machines. Austin Dillon. Jimmy Johnson. And Ryan Blaney. I think we got a green. SSP back there. Barry Hill, Joey Logano, pedal to the metal. Denny Hamlin. We're going to get to it in just a second. Casey Kane, triple material. Fire suit tire and 2-color sheet metal. Casey Kane goes to Dale Herman. And yes, green indeed. He led basically all day. 2 of 5, starting grid, William Byron. Going to William Herron. Nice hit, William. Nice indeed. Out of 5. I'm going to move the Buescher. And put our SSPs on the stand there. Reagan, Jimmy Johnson, Richard Petty. He should be happy. That's a nice one. Out of 5? Yeah, that'll work. Sounds like our whole house upstairs is going nuts. I apologize if you guys can hear it. It's our dogs that are losing their mind because people are moving around and they're just, our dogs are just dumb. That's really all it is. Kurt Busch, fire suit and tire on the duel goes to Corey King. Ty Dillon, Ryan Vargas, Danica, Richard Petty, Paul Menard. Ryan Blaney, David Reagan, Jimmy Johnson. Track Stars BK. Triple Relic, Fire Suit, Sheet Metal Tire, Austin Dillon. Goes to Michael Clay. Jimmy Johnson, Michael Annette, BK, Kevin Harvick, and Joey Logano. I wanted to say real quick, for those of you that participated last night or watched last night with the mail sale, just wanted to say thanks again for the support. I'm basically almost completely done with the mail sale stuff from last night. I'm only waiting on 3 people to pay. Those that requested shipping, I've already got those packed up. They're sealed up, and all I got to do is slap a label on your package and send it out. So, just kind of thinking out loud in recent memory, last night's sale from the end of the sale to sending everybody their totals to everybody paying and everything, like it's been one of the smoothest times we've done a sale in a long time as far as just everything just boom, 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 So just wanted to say thanks to everybody for participating. Whether you were just watching or hanging out, or whether you bought, a $2 card, or whether you bought, $600 worth of cards in one person's case. It doesn't really matter to me which one of those categories you fall in. I appreciate everybody. So, Kaz Gralla, patch auto. Gralla always seems to fall in the unlisted, or not unlisted, in the filler these days. Watching F1. I was going to try to attempt it, Dave, because by the time I got done, they were already like 15 laps in, and I just was done. I'm a night owl, but I'm not a night owl that much, not for F1. I didn't even watch the recording this morning. I got up and just kind of got going with. We know that you don't be picking on Scott. Noah Gragson, Kevin Harvick, We got gold. Oh, this is a nice pack. Dale Jr., 14 of 25. Horsepower Heroes gold. That's going to go to Tanner Hicks. Dale Gold. And then right behind that, we got the Haley Deegan patch auto. For those that aren't familiar, this card is the first patch autograph that Haley ever had. So, although it's not a rookie, it is the first of something. So, going to Will Blackman. I always said I was going to get one eventually, and still never have. I just always liked the look of this card. I thought they did a nice job. The photo is very flattering of her. You know, it's just a good card. But I always thought it was cool that it was her first patch auto. So, nice Haley. We're going to put her up in place of Jimmy, just because Jimmy's been there for a bit. Mark Martin, pedal to the metal. Jimmy Johnson. Smoke, John Hunter, and Bobby Labonte. Empty box. So Blaney thinks Bubba spun the 5. Oh, who knows? BK. I guess you'd have to ask the 5 what happened. Richard Petty. Martin Truex Jr. dual tires. Going to Brian D. Horsepower Heroes Harvick, Labonte, Allgaier, and Dillon. Blaney's got a short fuse, though, and I'll tell you what, Blaney's going to reach his boiling point, you know. He just, I don't know, yeah, I don't. But Blaney's going to get frustrated at some point because he has a short fuse. Quad Relics, Kevin Harvick. Fire suit, sheet metal, and then I think dual tire on the bottom. Going to Will Blackman. Yeah, I guess, you know, I didn't watch it more than probably the one time because I was pretty disgusted the fact that Larson wrecked again. And to me, in real time, it looked like Larson just spun out. So, I don't know. Johnson starting grid. I did think for a fleeting second, though, when Larson wrecked, I thought, oh boy, if Byron wins, here comes all the Hendrick people that are going to be like, oh, Hendrick fixed the race again. I'm going to open some more top loads real quick. See, I almost categorize Blaney more in the same category as Tony Stewart. Because Blaney, I think, is the type that he'll say what he wants to say, whether it should be said or not, and he also would probably smack you in the face or punch you in the face if he needs to. But yeah, Blaney's got a short fuse, man. That's for sure. It's what makes all the personalities good, though, you know? Eric Jones, Ryan Preece, Harvick pedal to the metal. We got Paul Menard on the patch auto. Going to Matt Alland. Starting grid, Daniel Hemrick. I still don't. Here, let's talk about this for a second. I got a question for you guys. If you don't follow me on Twitter, on X, whatever the heck you want to call it these days, usually during the races, I'll put some posts out there because I'm annoyed with certain things in the race. And today, my thing that caught me again is the use of or wasting of caution laps. And there at the end of stage 1, the caution came out with 8 to go at the end of stage 1. And so they didn't take the green until 2 to go. There was no debris that needed cleaned up or anything like that. All they had to do was get the guys lined back up and restart. But instead, they opened pit road and, you know, and then, of course, because guys want to pit, then they feel like they can't throw the green because guys are pitting. Terry Labonte, fire suit patch auto. So, you know, my issue is, why does NASCAR feel like they need to hold the race up for guys to pit? Especially with 8 laps to go in the stage, and they know they're going to pit at the end of the stage. Why can't they just line them up and race those last 7 or 8 laps instead of doing what they did? I just don't understand it. I never will. Terry Labonte goes to Billy Joe. I'll never agree with holding up the race because guys want to pit. 79 and 99, blue starting grid, Brad Keselowski. And they always will say, you know, well, pit road's open. Well, pit road's always open. Like, technically. You want to pit, you can pit. You're just going to get penalized. Or whatever, you know, but I don't understand why they feel the need to do all that. I just don't get it. And there's so many other calls that they can make on the fly. Like, you know, there's so many other things that they do that they are scenario-based decisions. Like when they throw the caution at the end of the race versus not throwing the caution. They always say, well, that's based on each scenario. Well, you could do the same thing with whether you're going to, you know, waste 6 laps of caution because guys want to pit or not. Like, you could just say, hey, we only have 8 laps to run until the end of the stage. We're just going to race. And then you guys can pit in 8 laps. Like, I would understand if it was a fuel issue, I guess. I just don't understand when it's not fuel related. Pedal to the Metal Junior. Champions Tony Stewart. Ooh, this looks like a nice one. 11 of 25. Paul Menard. 3-color tire and sheet metal. Going to Matt. $14 out of $49, red, Kevin Harvick. Playoff winner. Going to Will Blackman. Doing your taxes while watching this. Oh boy, that makes me feel like I'm a snooze fest, Matt. Real confidence boost there, Matt. Thanks. I guess you're awake, so that's good. Pedal to the metal, Jimmy Johnson. Celebrations, Truex. Oh, I just noticed it's numbered 1 out of 99. Going to Brian. Relaxing. Well, that's good. Green, race ready, Kevin Harvick. That is 7 out of 10 on the Harvick. I feel like we could have found a little better relic for in there, but out of 10 regardless. Going to Will Blackman. Nice hit, Will. With the Harvick, we'll give him a chance to be on the stand too. We'll just kind of rotate around. Silver, Ryan Blaney. Then we got Seabell, Paul Menard, Cole Witt. Also, I should mention to you guys, if you had cards in the January PSA submission, USPS says I should have those tomorrow. I thought we would have them by probably Friday or Saturday, but I don't think they got picked up from PSA when I thought they would, which pushed it back a little bit. So they should be here tomorrow, according to the Pony Express. Foundations, Dale Jr. And we got an Octane Autographs, Landon Castle. Going to Jerry. 28 out of 99. And a nice C-Bell. 52 and 99. Gold Christopher Bell. We've actually graded several of these over the last, I don't know, year and a half. Bell going to JJ. Larson, BK, and Harvick. So we should have a PSA grade reveal video tomorrow night. Probably we'll shoot for something around maybe like 8 o'clock tomorrow night to do that. Just guessing out loud. Pedal to the metal, Bill Elliott. NASCAR at 70, Bobby Labonte. Octane Autographs, Ty Dillon. Going to Storm Ghost. That is 8 out of 299. Yeah, they really have. It's honestly, I've almost gotten to the point where if I got something that I feel like is super high end, it almost might be worth shipping UPS. I know it would cost a little bit more, but I feel like everybody would feel safer about it. Let me grab a quick drink. just because we've been at this for a little bit now. So I don't mind shipping things UPS if I need to. You guys just have to let me know. It's not super convenient. It would be something that I'd like, I'd have to, I guess I'd either have to schedule it to be picked up, which I don't love because then I'd have to be present to have it picked up, I think. Or I can drop it off. But the UPS store is about it's about 12 miles away. So, it's something that I would only probably do like once a week, where my post office is literally around the corner. But if you find yourself in that situation where you're thinking, man, I wish he would send it a different way, let me know. We can figure that out. Obviously, it'll cost more too, probably, but... Chasing the Flag, Jimmy. Cole Rouse. On-card auto. Nice big CR. $44.99. And he went through the unlisted spot to Dave. I don't, Dave, because there's nothing closer. That's the thing. Where I live is just a rural little town, and the only thing that would be closer is the Dollar General, and they do FedEx drop-offs. 22/25. Kyle Busch. But the problem with FedEx is you can't buy labels or anything there. Nice short print. Blue Kyle Busch. Going to Sea Salt, who has been claiming the Kyle Busch spot more and more lately. It's starting to make me think Sea Salt, Andrew might be becoming a Kyle Busch fan. Might be a full-blown Kyle Busch fan now. Yeah, I ordered a hat from TikTok Shop back at the beginning of March, and still haven't received it. They actually supposedly sent me another one. Still haven't received that one either. Starting grid, Alex Bowman. Octane autographs, Joey Logano. There we go. Going to Steve Chesky. $11/76 on the Logano. Nice hit, Steve. And we got a silver behind that. Wonder if what I think could be in here could be in here. We're going to find out. Jimmy Johnson, Bill Elliott, Darrell Waltrip, Chase Elliott, Champions Kyle Busch, Engineered to Perfection Tire and 2-color sheet metal Ryan Newman, $156/199. Eight months later, holy smokes, that's crazy. Newman goes to Andrew Haywood. Silver, Jamie McMurray. Kyle Busch, Petty, Tony Stewart, Pedal to the Metal Bubba, We got Ty Dillon on the short print starting grid. 20 out of 25. Going to Storm Ghost. And then Engineered to Perfection, Brad Keselowski. 263 of 399. Going to Dan Owens. Carl Edwards Silver. Amarola, Haley, and J-Mac. Last box of 18 Victory Lane. There have been so many hits in this break. It's crazy. I'll have to show you guys the stack, the mountain of relics. I mean, there's been a fair amount of autographs too, don't get me wrong, but the amount of hits we've had is staggering compared to, like, when we get to National Treasures in a couple weeks, the price point versus the number of hits is going to be way different. Of course, much nicer cards with National Treasures. Bigger hit potential, I get it. Not knocking National Treasures. Champions, Richard Petty. Engineered to Perfection, Clint Boyer. Fire Suit and Sheet Metal. 69 of 199. My LCS, the guy that owns my LCS that I'm closest to, he messaged me this morning, actually, and told me he's got 2 cases coming for release day for me for National Treasures. So we should be set as far as NT goes on opening day. 16 of 99, Richard Petty Gold. Going to Trevor. Riley Herbst. Johnson. Jarrett. Earnhardt. Trevor Bayne, pedal to the metal. Race day, Kevin Harvick. 41 of 49, blue. Freaky fast. Going to Will Blackman. It comes out the 18th, Candace. A week from this Friday coming up. So not this Friday, but next Friday, whatever that date is. I think it's the 18th. Engineered to Perfection, Tony Stewart, Fire Suit and Tire. Going to go to Jason Clark. They are releasing a first off the line version of National Treasures, which they've never done before. That's like their thing they're trying to do to grab more money from us these days. Unless the Dutch auction gets really low on the first off the line, I'm not buying any, though. The whole gimmick for National Treasures first off the line is that you're supposed to get 2 autographs numbered 11 or less. I don't think that's worth, if they're selling pre-sale at $400 a box, then yeah, maybe an extra $100 at most. Is $100 worth getting 2 cards that are numbered 11 or less? I think that's like the magic max that value would be for me anyway. So as we get a little closer to them doing that, I think it's Wednesday, I'll ask for your guys' input and all that after the. Yeah, I felt like the Prism first off the line was pretty good. It was the Select first off the line that was not good, in my opinion. Foundations, Dale Jarrett. David Reagan Octane autographs. Reagan goes to Dan Owens. 149 of 299. Lots of Prism boxes with no hits. Oh, see, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Luckily, we didn't run into any of that. Yikes. Yeah, they got the Dutch auction starting at $1,000. 44 of 49 red, Kyle Busch. Another nice KB color for Sea Salt. Working on the rainbow. You got the red and the blue now. Truex, Larson, and Harvick. Last pack of Victory Lane. Then we'll move on to Certified. Cope, Jimmy Johnson, Stenhouse, Terry Labonte, NASCAR at 70, Rusty Wallace. Octane autographs, Austin Dillon. Going to Michael Clay. No, I haven't seen the checklist yet. 16 of 125 on Austin Dillon. But I did see the preview pictures of NT look nice. The cards themselves look nice. Good design. I like that they changed up the booklet to the horizontal booklet. That's going to make it a challenge for me shipping those. That's the only hiccup. It's kind of a good and bad news situation with the horizontal booklet. The good news is I got a really, really good deal on mags, one-touch mags for the booklets. And so every booklet we pull in a break is going to go into a one-touch, whether it's, no matter what. If it's a booklet, it goes in a one-touch. But the flip side to that is going to be that it'll probably have to ship in a flat rate priority package because they're too long to fit in the standard bubble mailer. So that's the caveat. All right, let me reload a little bit here. Grab one more quick drink, and then we'll finish this thing off with Certified. Lots of substance, lots of volume with Certified, or with this break in general. Lots and lots of volume, which is good. I like to see everybody get stuff, spread things around. What in the world? Oh, our dogs are ridiculous. Martin Truex Jr. red, 115 out of 199. I'm sure you guys can hear that. Going to Brian D. Losing their minds. Certified swatches, Harvick fire suit to $4.99. Going to Will. Will's had a good break with the Harvick spot today. Nope. Oh, I grabbed the wrong top loader. I'm like, wait a second, what the heck? It's because I grabbed a 75 point instead of a 100 point. Don't force it. Get a bigger top loader. It's confusing when you go from one product to the next. You get used to one thing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. BK, Chase Elliott, red, 7007. Agent Chase Elliott. Going to Paul. I know I don't have a schedule posted yet, but I will post a schedule tonight for this week. But like I said, tomorrow night we'll do the PSA reveal. Epix Gold 42 of 49. And then Tuesday night we'll do a break. We'll do a break this week on Tuesday and Thursday. And then, like I said, I'll be off over the weekend, but I will do a sale thread over the weekend. So it'll be kind of the standard, like a claim sale, you know, like what you're used to in other groups and stuff like that. Trevor Bain goes to Rick. Derek Cope. Blue Casey Mears, 96 and 99. Mears went to Dave in the unlisted spot. Larson Auto. I can probably tell you there probably won't be a Larson Auto in the sale. So if that's what you're looking for, I can probably save you. Certified Stars to 199. Carl Edwards. Going to Brian. I guess I won't say no, but not likely. Usually the only way a Larson autograph ends up in the sale is if I already have it and it's a duplicate. Because even if one comes in on a mail sale, I'll usually buy it before it makes it to the sale. But I do have some duplicates. I just wasn't planning on putting them in the sale. I kind of have been holding on to those because I always thought, well, if I come into a situation where there's another Larson collector and I want to trade, then I got Larson stuff to trade, you know. But who knows? Never say never. I won't say never. 2 out of 15 gold. Kaz Gralla. Again, through the filler. No love for Kaz Gralla these days around here. Going to Billy Joe. Nice Kaz Gralla. Actually, let's put Kaz up here. I like the Harvick, but it's just a little bit plain. If I want to sell... Yeah, exactly, Scott. If you want to sell them, just send them in for the mail sale. You'll mysteriously never see them in the sale, but you'll get paid for them. So, Certified Team Blue, Clint Boyer. You'll be like, I got money, but I never saw my card in the sale. Don't know where the card went. Well, you'll know. Now you'll know. Clint Boyer going to Dan Owens. But I will say, because I've been at it for a while now, it's more likely that it'll be a duplicate than something I need, you know? So, ooh, we got a mirror gold out of 25. Here we go. It's somebody that wears a hat. Martin Truex Jr. wears a hat. Mirror gold. MTJ going to Brian. That's nice. Nice and clean. Yeah. Sharp. Fresh Faces, Spencer Gallagher, 64 of 199. Gonna end up in the unlisted spot, going to Dave. Yeah, there was a lot of cards sold last night for sure. If you didn't catch me earlier, I was saying how good of a sale it was. Like, just from a flow and everybody just making things easy, and like it was one of the easier sales I've done in a long time, actually. Even though we sold a lot and it took a long time. Truex going to Brian. It was one of the more, simpler processes for me. So, Reagan and Reed. Last pack. Spencer Davis, Truex, Phila. 59 of 149, Kurt Busch, red. Goes to Corey. Yeah, Danny got the card of the night, so. Speaking of sale, and I've mentioned this before, but I figure now is a good time to mention it. If anybody has stuff, if you have non-racing stuff that you are interested in moving, especially if it's autographs or relics or slabs of like well-known players, like that guys that are either all-stars or hot prospects or but if you guys have stuff that you're looking to move, I am looking to pick up some more stuff for my shows that I do. So I would always be willing to take a look. Now, of course, I got to buy it at a price where I can resell it, so just kind of keep that in mind. 158 of 199, Skills, William Byron. But if you got stuff that you're looking to move and you want to deal with somebody that you're familiar with, gives you a little peace of mind. Going to William Heron. And probably more specifically, I like to swim in the wrestling and football pool more than anything else. But of course, if you had, Ellie De La Cruz or Caitlin Clark or Otani or, people like that, of course, I would want to take a look at that stuff too. So, TJ Bell, 19 out of 199, goes to Dave. And obviously, anything Ohio State, whether you think they're a named person or not, anything Ohio State is something that I would be interested in because I'm in Ohio and I collect that stuff and that stuff sells. So I'll try to keep mentioning that as the time goes on. We might have a black. I think that's a black 101. I am really sure. I am real sure that's a black 101. Here we go. Kyle Larson, all certified team, black 101, going to CW. Oh, my Lord. You think you want to be a breaker until you start pulling PC cards. And you got to give them away to somebody else. Congrats, CW. Yow! That does not suck at all. That is clean. I just wanted to take a quick peek at it. Yeah, that is real clean. Let's put that away. Yowza. 101 black, all certified team Kyle Larson. Sheesh. All right. Sorry, Haley, you got to go. Congrats. Congrats. That one might get lost in the mail, CW. I'm just kidding. 8 of 10, purple signing sessions. Ernie Irvin. Swervin' Irvin going to Jake with the purple. So check that out. Back-to-back cards. A 101 and then an out of 10 signing sessions auto in the same pack. You can make up some ground with certified real quick. Sheesh. Sorry, Kaz. You got to go too, bud. Nice, Ernie. I mean, if he wants one, Kevin, I will, but it doesn't look right when you have a horizontal card and a vertical mag. That's why I don't do that. Usually I only put them in those mags if they're a vertical card, a vertical 101, because they just look wonky when they're horizontal. Danica, Paul Menard. Swatches Fire Suit Ryan Blaney. Going to Robert Rich. But yeah, if CW wants it in one, certainly can be. I have this card in the black 101, and I think it's a PSA 10 or 9, but I graded it. But I have this exact card in the black 101 version, and it's slabbed. It might be a 9. Hemrick. Skills Blue Chase Elliott. 78 out of 99. Going to Paul. Bush. Immortals Red, Junior Johnson, 87 out of 199. Going to Will Blackman. Then we got Piece of the Race, Danica Patrick, 32 of 499. Going to Lewis. Certified always seems to deliver, man. Just always has something. I think somebody asked earlier about National Treasures breaks when it comes out, and I forgot to respond. 89 of 99 blue Danica, but probably the first NT break will probably be a case break. And then we'll probably split off and start doing them 2 boxes at a time for a few breaks after that. And then we'll go back to a case after we've done a couple of 2-boxers. We'll probably kind of go back and forth a little bit. But the first one will be a case, and then after that we'll do some 2-boxers to make it affordable. You know, when you do case break spots, that can get expensive really fast. And it kind of prices some people out of it. So, Fresh Faces Red, 19. 19 out of 149, Daniel Suarez. Going to Brian D. I had somebody the other day, I don't know, it's been several days ago now, tell me that I should do bigger brakes because my brakes fill too fast. And so my interpretation of that was that he thinks that I should... I was going to ask if that was a door number. I thought so. But anyway, so, you know, my interpretation of this guy's statement to me was that he thinks that if I do bigger brakes, which means the price of the brake spots is more expensive, that means it'll slow the claims down, and then he'll magically have a better chance to get in the brake, right? And so not trying to pick on anybody, but I don't agree with, I will die on this hill. I do not agree with pricing out people that maybe are a baller on a budget, you know, that maybe they only have $10 a week or $10 a month for their card budget, and they only get, you know, a $5 spot and a break here and there, or somebody that maybe only has, you know, $25 to spend every once in a while. As you get higher up in the breaks, you price people out of it completely, and I can speak on that from experience firsthand. So I will die on that hill. I will go down with the ship if the ship has to go down, if that ever were to happen. But I can assure you that I will never agree with pricing things to a point like that to where it only allows people with X amount of money to participate. That is not what the hobby is supposed to be, and that is not what I intend to do. So, 46 of 49, blue, certified signatures, Paul Menard, fire suit and sheet metal. I like that the ink matches the card. So anyway, I wanted to get that out because I completely disagree with that thought process. And as I've mentioned before, I'm aware that our group has grown a ton and our breaks fill fast. And, you know, my fix to that is I can do more breaks if we need to. You know, if people feel like they're missing out and we need to do a little bit more, then I can add more. I can do more breaks. That's easy. But I refuse to price people out of it. You know what I mean? Like, that is just not what I want to do. We can always do more breaks at our comfort zone, and then if people can't participate in all of them, that's fine. No big deal. You can still participate in the ones you wanted to or originally could have, you know? But when you get into bigger breaks where spots are $100 plus, that adds up real fast. All certified team, 189 or 199, Clint Boyer. It's got like a smudge on it too. I don't know if that can be cleaned off. I don't know what that is. Going to Dan, it can probably be cleaned, but... Carl Edwards and Corey LaJoy finish off that box. So, yeah, I mean, I just... I like keeping that potential skunk. Exactly, Dave. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that there's a risk with cards. And, the thing that I like about what we have here is, like, for example, just using tonight's break as an example, I like the fact that you could get, Danica Patrick for $30, or you could get, I don't know, Noah Gragson for $6, or Tyler Reddick for $20. If you're a Tyler Reddick fan and that's who you collect, $20 to get into 12 plus boxes makes sense. You can't buy a blaster for $20. So you see what I get at. What we have and the way we do things, I feel like works well. And we mix in some bigger case breaks here and there, but that's just not what we're, it's just not where I want to live. I don't want to live in case break land. And the other side of that, 44 of 199 fresh faces, not to get too deep into the logistics or whatever, or feel like I'm just preaching, because sometimes I tend to do that. But the other problem with going crazy or ballistic on just case break after case break, or multiple cases in one break, the problem with too many people doing that is you burn through the product really fast. Dakota Armstrong goes through the filler to Billy Joe, and then all of a sudden the product's no longer available, and you're kind of sitting around like, well, now what? Now I got to figure out what to do next, because we burned through that. I'd much prefer to have a slow and steady constant than, just this big peak and then a valley, like, I don't know. That's just how I look at it. So, like I said, we can always do more breaks. 90 of 149 red, certified stars Richard Petty. But I don't know. I guess that comment sort of, struck a little bit of a nerve with me, that somebody thought, well, you should just price people. That's just how I took it, I guess. And I don't know if that's how he meant it or not, but that's how I interpreted it. It was, well, you should make the prices higher, and then, then I'll be able to get in, but maybe other people won't, kind of thing. And actually, I remember back in the midst of COVID, one person one time suggested that I should do auctions for break spots, and I told him to go pound sand. 115 of 199 red Ryan Blaney, because that I took that as him basically saying, well, I want the guy I want, and I'll outbid anybody to get him, and I think because I have more money than so and so that I should be able to do that, or whatever. And I just completely disagree with that thought process. The hobby's for everybody. Red Blaney goes to Robert Rich, as I'm blabbing along. 48 of 499, two color sheet metal. Kevin Harvick. Yeah, again, not something I intend to do. So, I feel like what we have going here is really, really good, and we got a great community, and it didn't happen overnight. And the reason that we have such a great community is because of the way we do things, the way we treat each other, the way we collect together. 48 of 199, red Joey Logano. You start doing it the way other people think that you should do it, and then it becomes like every other group or every other whatever. So, I've always been the one to be outspoken, speak out against. I'll go against the grain. I remember when I first got into braking, the first brakes I did, everybody else was doing case brakes. This is like super personal for me because back when I first got into collecting again, I was not in a very good financial position. And I had a very tight budget, like, $10, $15 in a week max for me is what I could afford. Red Brennan Pool, going to Candace. And so when I made the decision I wanted to try to do a break, I did it in large part because everybody else that was doing brakes with NASCAR was doing case brakes and stuff that I couldn't afford to get in. And if I did afford it once and I skunked, then that blew my whole budget for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I started doing my own brakes and started doing them the way I do them, and here we are, Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, on Whatnot, you can get into case brakes and you can buy your drivers on auctions if that's your jam. 6 of 25 mirror gold Kevin Harvick. But I can't, just like for me, as a collector I collect guys that are expensive. I collect Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and then a couple of the retired dirt guys, Tony Stewart, Clint Boyer, Casey Kane. None of them are cheap, I can't get in a bunch of case breaks with my guys. I can't afford that. Even now, my family's in a much better financial position than I was 5 years ago, thank goodness. But I still can't afford to just be silly, Like, I just don't have that kind of money. So, 31 of 249, certified next, Harrison Burton. And I'm not saying that that's wrong for the people that have the funds to do that. Good for them. And I'm not knocking anybody for doing it. I'm just saying I'm not going to change our group to adhere to that. So, Harrison Burton with the Paul Wolf spot. Maybe we should change that around. Maybe it's Paul Wolf with the Harrison Burton spot. Nice hit, Paul. Out of 249. On-card auto. Yeah, exactly, Scott. Imagine that. I got in a wrestling break last night with the Bailey spot. It was like $25, and so that's in my budget for sure. But somebody paid $350 for the Rock in the same break that I was in, and I'm like, man, can you imagine? You spent $350 on the Rock, and what if you skunk? You're just like, that's so much money. And I understand some people have more money than I do, and I get it. And good for them. I'm not, disposable income is disposable income. 39 of 99, piece of the race, Red Larson. That one really stands out well. Like the picture on this really, really pops good. Going to CW. But yeah, I just, anyway, I didn't mean to get, you guys know how I am. I get off on these tangents, and I didn't mean to preach for so long, but I guess I take it personally when somebody's like, you should do it this way. And I'm always open to people telling me that we need to improve or do something, change something, whatever, but when I know their motive is only self-driven, I don't like that, 60 of 99, blue certified stars, Ryan Blaney. Going to Robert Rich. I will say, I'm going to leave you guys with this thought as we're finishing up the break, though. I mentioned this at my LCS the other day, and it really got those guys at the shop thinking. So I'll leave you guys with this thought as we're getting ready to wrap up. You saw what happened with the WNBA and women's basketball with Caitlin Clark, right? All of a sudden, within 1 year, basically, the WNBA basketball cards and the products went to the moon as far as pricing, right? Imagine, if you will, a moment in time where Tony Breidinger wins a truck race, or another female driver comes through and wins an Xfinity race, or even a cup race. If and when that happens, that could be the kind of the seismic shift to NASCAR cards that you could see things go really high, really fast. I'm just saying. So, it could happen. Ned Jarrett, 54.99. Ned went unclaimed. Gentleman Ned, going to Billy Joe Garcia. Wait till I show you guys these stacks of hits. This is crazy. Yeah, it's exactly what could happen and what I think would happen, Scott. I really do. I've preached on this female driver thing for a long time, but if someone breaks through, I mean, look out. Because then all eyes will be like, oh, we got to collect her. 126 of 199, Joey Logano certified stars. Going to Steve Teskey. And that is that. So let me show you guys, before I get into the recap, let me just show you guys this real quick. Well, there's the autographs and there's the relics. All from tonight. I didn't realize IndyCar fans loved Danica so much. But yeah, just imagine if Tony B or Amber Balkan or any of these young female drivers that are coming up through, if somebody breaks through and wins, look out. I mean, it could be the day where we see our Prism boxes that were used to $140 or $150 going to $400 a box. So, and then, then the sport itself is just in a boom. So, all right, here's our short prints, and then we'll get into the hits. Mirror Gold, Kevin Harvick. Mirror Gold, Martin Truex Jr. Red, Kyle Busch out of 49. I know it's not a short print, but I put it in here because I intended to show it with the blue just because I thought it was cool. Like I said, I know it's not a short print, but it was cool that we got both of them. So there's the blue short print. Out of 25, Ty Dillon, starting grid. Gold, Dale Jr., Horsepower Heroes. Pedal to the Metal Gold, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Relics. Jimmy Johnson, Eric Almirola, Ty Dillon, Trevor Bayne. Nice patch, Brandon Jones, David Reagan. Nice patch for Elliott Sadler, Dale Jr., Tony Stewart, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Newman. We got the Ryans. Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson, Total Memorabilia, Corey LaJoie, Tools of the Trade, Daniel Suarez, Tools of the Trade, Metal Materials, Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart, Clint Boyer, BK, Ryan Newman, Paul Menard. Oh, I had a couple autographs in the wrong pile. I guess that maybe made the 2 cards didn't make the pile look that much bigger, but it threw it off a little. Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr. I guess it was still a relic, so it was in the right pile halfway. Larson, Harvick, Danica, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex, and Kevin Harvick. And then our autographs. Thanks, Rick. Glad you liked it, man. I just thought it would be fun, and you know, I like trying to get people some stuff, you know. And I know what's around the corner with National Treasures. National Treasures is so much fun. It's so exciting, but it is expensive, and we do have a lot of skunks involved. So I've been trying to brainstorm how I can maybe help with that a little bit. I may try to incorporate the Bad Monkey thing with National Treasures, and it just might have to be prior years NT, or it might just have to be any product for that matter, but just something to help out with some of the skunking that happens. So we'll see. Terry Labonte, Paul Menard, Kaz Gralla, Casey Kane. But I know NT's exciting, and it's a fun product. You can get some really cool stuff out of it. The nice thing about National Treasures, for me, in my opinion, is National Treasures is so widely recognized across all sports. Meaning that, like, if I'm at a show and I have a National Treasures autograph or patch or something, people are like, oh, well, I know it's NASCAR, but it's National Treasures. You know? So, Cole Rouse, Kyle Benjamin. I know I haven't been saying all these, but I've been blabbing. I've been blabbing all night. Ryan Reed, Ned Jarrett, Harrison Burton. The pull box. Yeah, we'll have to bring the pull box back. Paul Menard to 49. Kaz Gralla, 15. Haley Deegan, patch auto. Spencer Gallagher. Austin Dillon. David Reagan. Joey Logano. Cole Rouse. Ty Dillon. Lanning Castle. And then we got our mag stuff. We had 5 mags tonight. Green Race Ready Kevin Harvick out of 10. Green William Byron Starting Grid out of 5. Super nice card. Going to William Heron. Harvick went to Will Blackman. Out of 10, Tools of the Trade Gold Jimmy Johnson. Going to Dale. Mirror Purple Signing Sessions Ernie Irvan out of 10. Goes to Jake. And last but definitely not least, the 101 all-certified team, Kyle Larson, going to CW. So congrats to everybody. Again, I appreciate everybody's support. Like I said, I know I kind of got off on a tangent, and but you guys have been around long enough, you know that's just what happens sometimes. So I'll get a break schedule posted tonight for this week. Like I said, PSA revealed tomorrow night. We'll do a break on Tuesday night and Thursday night. Might try to sneak in like a little Wednesday lunch break. We'll see. And then I'll do the thread claim sale over the weekend while I'm out of town. And then we'll do our typical Sunday break will be on Monday next week. So we'll have that sorted out and ready to go. So that's all I got for tonight. Everybody have a great rest of your evening and a good Monday. We'll see y'all next time.